Welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us. And today here with us, Dr. Kumar Sukhraj is with us. He's basically from Guyana. He's a medical doctor by profession. He's in Art of Living about 2 years now, and he has done his first course in October 2020. So welcome Sukhraj, and we like to hear from you. How is your art of means how you started your art of living journey and how it helped you?
Thank you very much, Swati. So I started my art of living journey a couple of years back. That's when my wife was pregnant for my daughter. We were listening to some chants from the Art of Living Foundation. I also have a friend and a workmate who is part of the Art of Living Foundation, and I always used to ask myself, why is this? That this friend is always so happy. What is she doing? Why is it that she never complains? She always is pleasant. So I one day she told me that she's part of the Art of Living, and she would have introduced the Art of Living Foundation to me. And from then, 2 years back, I took it very seriously, and I start reading about the Art of Living Foundation. I start reading some of the knowledge. And then I was privileged to do the first course, the first official course, which was in October 2020. When I did that course, what resounded in me was the five knowledge points. And I said, this is what I can use these 5 points to make my life a better one, to be happy and to be stress-free, because my job is a very stressful job, being a doctor.
So Kumar, please tell us, what is Art of Living?
So Art of Living is a voluntary based humanitarian and an educational organization, non-profit organization. And Art of Living was founded by Sri Ravi Shankar in 1981. And what Art of Living offer is that several stress elimination and self-developmental programs. And this is based on breathing techniques that were developed by Sri Ravi Shankar, meditation and yoga. So this organization has captured holistically what human being or any human being will need to live a stress-free and a problem-free life.
So Kumar, could you please tell in this COVID time how this breathing technique, what you're saying, it can help, how this can help us?
So this breathing technique that is developed and that is being taught worldwide by the Art of Living Foundation. One is that this breathing technique helps to boost your immunity. It helps you to oxygenate your body better. It helps to deal with all of these free radicals that are floating around. This is what the breathing technique helps to boost your immunity, so your body can naturally fight against these disease conditions. Not only boosting your immunity, but this breathing technique also helps with stress relief, stress management, because for a time like this, in a crisis of a pandemic, what happens is that not only as a professional that deals with people that have COVID, but also as a householder, I have responsibilities that need to be taken care of. I have problems. I lose my patients. Some of my patients die. So what this breathing technique helped me to do is to be to be relaxed, to deal with the situation, to accept things as they are, and it does help me a lot when, especially in this time of the pandemic or the crisis that we have.
Wow, so beautiful. Thank you for sharing, Kumar. So could you tell us, how was your first course experience when you did it for first time?
My first course experience, when I started the course, I had some doubts initially that am I gonna enjoy this and so on, but it was mind blowing. My first course, it was like it was so simple. that I didn't even realize that I finished the course after 3 to 4 days. That's how wonderful it was. And for the first course, what it helped me to do, it helped me to understand and to put some of the knowledge points into practice, and to be very practical about it. And I did my first course with Ritam, and I really enjoy. And what I enjoy a lot is learning the breathing technique, learning pranayam, learning how to do Sudarshan Kriya, and at the same time be able to do some meditation. So that and one thing that really changed or turned my life around from the first course is the one knowledge point of living in the present moment. And that would have created such a big impact in my life, living in the present moment. I've learned there and then in that course, I've learned how to live. What's amazing, Swati, is that I build a house, and technically I was just existing in this house. I never enjoy anything around me because I was so tired, I was so stressed because of work. I've never paid attention to what is there around me. And after that course, and I'm not only learning the breathing technique, but the knowledge points from that course would have created that 180-degree turn in my life, that I've now learned how to appreciate what I have, how to be thankful for what I have, how to be more interactive with my family, my children. What was amazing is that my kids were growing and they were getting older, and I was not part of, as much as just being a father and a provider, but I don't feel I was that integral emotionally, with them. And I used to be surprised when I come home and I hear my daughter, recite the alphabet. And so I sometimes think, I'm not part of this, right? And that's because, sometimes mentally I would usually zone out, thinking about work, thinking about what needs to be done, so that first course would have made me created that 180-degree turn in my life, that I don't want to. I want to know more. I want to learn more about the techniques and art of living foundation.
So when you're saying that course, what does it how it is? Is it a full day program or how it goes?
Well, the first course, the happiness course,
Means how
no,
long
it
it?
wasn't.
Yeah,
It
how
wasn't a
long?
full day program, but it was at least. I think it was 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours, for 3 days, for 4 days. Sorry, for 4 days. It was 2 to 3 hours for 4 days, and it was not just sitting and someone lecturing to you. It was a very practical session, where you actually get to practice, get to do the breathing techniques. It was first introduced to you, and then you're allowed to practice and to do the breathing technique. So it was an interactive course, and it was well detailed too. And it is designed, anybody can understand that course. It doesn't matter if you're professional, you're not a professional. It is so well designed that anybody can make use of and can understand that course.
Wow, so nice. So you're saying that you did this course online, and online it was so interactive, is it?
Yeah, it was done online, but what was amazing is that you could have felt that personal energy. You could have felt the energy of that teacher, even though it was in the comfort of your home. But you could have felt that. Never mind the teacher was virtual, or the other participants were virtual. I did not miss the personal interaction, because for me, I felt that connection. I felt that one-on-one personal interaction. So it if and it was nice for me because it was a part-time course, but it was online, so I didn't have to go to an institution for that time. I sit right home, but it was I did not miss the personal contact or interaction in that course.
Wow, so nice. So means any working professional can do this with their work. We know not to take any holiday. just after?
Of course, any working professional. I mean, I can't see people being more busy than I do, and I found the time to do that course. Of course, I was motivated, and I understand what the art of living is about. I would have go online and read a lot, see a lot of YouTube video. I used to listen to Sri Ravi Shankar speeches and so on. So I had to be convinced, of course, but any professional can do this course, and it doesn't matter how busy you are. It is designed that it can accommodate you, and you just all you need to do is to accommodate the time and accommodate the course.
Wow, so wonderful. So Kumar, what you learned from this course? Was it just 4 day, or you learned some practice to do on your own?
Oh yes, Swati. So the practice that what I learned from this course is not just for the 4 days. This is a lesson for the rest of my life. This is not something that I can ever forget. And this is, as you practice, you only get better at it. This is where the practice is important. If you have to make that, make that time, you have to spend at least half an hour to 40 minutes every day for the practice. And what is actually motivating from the practice is that, Swati, the what you call it, the pranayam and sudarshan kriya, it energizes you for the entire day. I used to be so tired. When I come home in the evening, I used to be so tired that all I want to do is to get to bed. I will take dinner and I will get to bed. And of course, that is so unhealthy because you eat and then you go to sleep. With this course, with learning the technique, learning the breathing technique, learning Sudarshan Kriya, when you do that in the morning, before you go to work, it's like you fuel the body. Is real amazing. You fuel the body, and the same energy I leave my home with in the morning is the same energy I come home back with. I do not. I can't say I do not feel tired. I'm a human being, but the point is, I am not so aware of being tired, and I can do more. I can be more productive. If I'm at work, I mean, I juggle between 3 to 4 hospitals when the day comes, from one to the other. I see at least 70 patients, and I still have the energy when I come home. I can do so many things more. So it's an investment in your time in the morning and in your health. So once you invest in your health in the morning, and even in the evenings, right? To boost the system back. So if you get a little tired, you do your pranayam, you help to boost the system back. It's real amazing. It make my day so much more easier. So much more easier.
So Kumar, thank you so much for sharing about the course. So it is just 2 hours for 4 days, and anyone can do after the work time or before the work time. Wow, wonderful. So Kumar, you mentioned that you got a practice which could be like 30-minute practice every day, and just like a fuel for whole day. Wow. I can imagine. So Kumar, you were mentioning a name of Shri Ravi Shankar. So could you please tell more about him?
So Sri Ravi Shankar, we all know, we all call him Guruji, and we know that he would have founded. He is the main founder of the Art of Living Foundation, and so called, we refer to him as the Guru, and he would have is the person that developed the breathing technique, the Sudarshan Kriya breathing technique, and he is a world renowned speaker on peace, on stress relief, on some of the Vedic scriptures, the Patanjali Yoga Sutras, the Ashtavakra Gita, and many others. He have many published practical books that anyone can read, and they can change and make their life a better person.
Wow, so nice. So Kumar, could you please share what is art of living? Like by name, it looks like something related to the living. So it is just breathing technique or meditation, or is it more?
Well, the the Art of Living, the Art of Living Foundation. What we need to understand is that the Art of Living Foundation is a voluntary based foundation, and it just don't it's a holistic approach towards living. So it's educational, it's humanitarian, it's non-governmental, and what it helps, it offers or it gives you an opportunity to experience what is stress-free living. And not just stress-free living, but the art of living also teach you the practical side, where there is self-developmental programs that are these different self-developmental programs that are designed by the foundation to help to make you a better person. And by you being a better person, you can make your family a better family, you can make your society a better society, and you can make this world a better place.
Wow, so beautiful. So Kumar, anything so from you, I understand there are so many benefits. Does it also help to improve the sleep quality?
Oh yes, definitely, definitely. So if you have difficulty sleeping, that simple meditation technique that we learn, the Panchakosha meditation, uh, and some of the guided meditation that you can go on YouTube and listen. It create that calm, that relaxed feeling in the body. You feel so so not the tension in the body is not there, and you could go to bed and you could sleep so as I would say, so sound until the next morning. So yes, it does, and there is a science behind it. It creates that equilibrium, that balance with the hormones in our body, and once the hormones are balanced, then automatically you will go to sleep. But when we have our stress hormones, our flight and fright hormones are being elevated, then it affects our sleep pattern.
So Kumar, since many of us are at lockdown at home, so to increase the immunity, you said that it helps. So could it also help to the kids or youth, those since they're struggling in this lockdown? So can it also help the young people?
Yes, definitely. And I see and I must compliment the Art of Living Foundation for having kids program, for recognizing how it can be very stressful for children who are in this lockdown, who are away from nature. They kind of have a nature deficit to some extent, because they're on a gadget, they're seeing virtual people, because there's school is there, but yes, there are children programs that can help kids to overcome this period, can help kids to be more stress free, and not succumb to the problems that we have for this whole pandemic that we are experiencing.
Wow, thank you so much, Kumar. So much information to get, and by listening to you, I am feeling like it's the best thing which anyone could do in this lockdown, to go more within, and also to keep the immunity good. As you said, it's good, and to improve the sleep quality and whatever challenges we are facing. Yeah, it's thank you so much, Kumar, for sharing. Anything you like to add before we end?
Yeah, Swati, I am in the system. I'm in the healthcare system, and it's amazing. It's amazing how much this pandemic is, has taken a toll on not only just people, but professionals. Professionals. They are so people, because one of the main thing that we are experiencing as professionals in this pandemic and as healthcare professional is fear. That fear of something happening to you, that fear of you having coronavirus, that fear of you losing the family. And I could tell you, and I can share with my colleagues, the art of living, the techniques I would have learned from the art of living would have helped me to overcome the fear, to understand what it is to live, to live a stress-free life, a problem-free life. And I will encourage my colleague also, never mind, you're busy. The art of living can accommodate you. There are so many programs that people can do, but it will help you to be stress free. It will help you to carry through with this pandemic if it lasts for 1 year, 2 year, 3 year more, and your problem is just going to get less if you practice some of these simple ancient techniques.
Since you are sharing, Kumar, one question came to my mind. So does it also helps people are getting bored sitting at home. So does it also helps to come out from boredom?
Oh yes, of course, of course, yes, it does. One is that with the techniques and the breathing technique and the stress-free technique, one of the main one of the main cause also, or the main stressor that can lead to this whole depression and anger issue is being bored or boredom, and with the programs that are there, and the knowledge that we have, we are able to be more motivated. So you just don't sit back and let the pandemic take a toll on you. We have to learn, and I read quite a lot of motivational literature from the art of living, and what is telling you is that we have to develop ways and means in which we can learn to live with this pandemic. We can't control it fully, but we can live with it. We have to know how to carry about yourself, go about with our regular day-to-day activity. Just don't sit home and be bored. Go ahead, but take your necessary precautions. That's all you need to do, is take your necessary precautions, stay healthy, boost the immune system, and once the immune system is strong, there is no need to be fearful of anything. And that's how you can come out of the boredom. You could go to the parks, you could go outside within the confines of your yard and practice some of the breathing techniques, some of the exercises, and you could come out of boredom. Yes, definitely.
Wow, thank you so much, Kumar. It answers, I hope it is answering many of the questions what we have during this lockdown. And thank you so much and really appreciate your sharing.
Thank you, Swati.
Thank you.